Yo, what's up, y'all? This is another episode of the Homeroom with Smooth podcast. All right, you already know what number it is, all right? So listen, I got with me the manager of the year, all right? You know what I'm saying? I got if you need to know something and get plugged into something, Skywalker, my guy got you.
What it do? What it do? Smooth. What's good, baby?
What's good, man? Hey, it's been a minute, bro.
It's been a
Yeah,
minute.
it's been a minute, man.
It's been a minute.
Yeah, because you were one of my first few interviews. It was you, Christian, and P Smooth.
Smooth.
Yeah.
Smooth. Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was what 2019, maybe
2020. Yeah.
something like that. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Damn.
Yeah, that was early days
Damn.
for me.
Yeah. And we did that one virtual, right?
Yeah, virtual.
We
Yeah.
did that one virtual. That's what's up. Now I see the growth, bro. This is good, brother.
Yeah, bro. Because, man, you were episode like number 18, 19, bro.
Damn, that's crazy.
Yeah, like it was
That's
early.
crazy. It was early.
Yeah.
But you was ahead of your time then, though. Like you had
Yeah.
the shit mapped out way better than a lot of other cats. So the growth is crazy. I've been watching for sure.
Hey, appreciate that.
For sure.
Appreciate that, man. I try to stay plugged in, man. Get the gyms, man.
For sure.
Run with it, man. But you know what I'm saying? I see you been doing your thing too, man. You know what I'm saying?
A little bit.
You know what I'm saying? You got you know what I'm saying? You got cause at first you started off you was managing just like, you know what I'm saying? Who is it? Rampage. Yeah, it was Rampage and Fat Boy Yo.
Yep.
And then you got Duece.
Yeah.
And then you started working with CTG, you know what I'm saying? And then you had Peace Move and CTC at the same time.
Sure.
And I was wondering how you was doing it because I'm like, how you got all these people like under one roof? Like
just juggling and everything. Yeah. Nah, I mean that's a part of it, man. I definitely my first artist ever was Rampage Wood, and we still going strong.
Yeah.
Fat Boy Yo was my second artist. He's locked up doing a bid right now, but he coming home real soon. The next probably about 6 months.
Okay.
And then I was blessed to start working with. I got P Smooth, and then CTC, and then I was blessed to get on with Change the Game, CTG, local label here in the state, and they were already working with some celebrity clients or whatnot. The owner of CTG, Jimmy Jackson, he was Bankroll Freddie's manager, or still is Bankroll Freddie's manager. And at the time, he was managing some other celebrity acts, and he blessed me with Duece. And so that was my first celebrity client, and we're still locked in now. I'm his road manager. And from there, I got on. I started doing some work with the artist Day Day. I don't know if y'all remember Day Day. He made that song. I'm trying to think of the lyrics. Spin that shit.
Oh,
Spin
yeah,
the
spin
check
that shit.
and get it right back. Yeah, that was him. I did I did a little bit of work with him last year. Of course, all the artists that were connected to CTG, I was able to work with, like Bankroll and Rennie Rucci. Hot Boy West, we did a little work with him, a little work with Asian Doll. And so I was able to get in the game and kind of, get my feet wet or whatnot and learn some things, and then branched off and started back doing my own thing now.
Yeah.
So started my own label and coalition alongside with my artist Rampage Wood and my executive assistant Stamitra. We started our collective called Dave Ward Dawgs, and so we've been running hard with that. Dave Ward is the street that we all grew up off of, Conway, and so that's something that we popping out with hard here in 2024. So,
facts. That's hard.
Yeah,
that's hard, man. So what would you say, like, for people that want to get a manager? What would you say, like, is something that you look for in somebody to manage?
So first and foremost, you kind of got to have some stuff to manage. Depending on the manager, I'll say that, and where they're at in their careers. Some managers, you have to already have some traction, something for them to actually pick up and work with. Other managers that are kind of maybe at the beginning stage, even some of them that aren't at the beginning stage and that are willing to work with artists from the ground up, you might not have to have as much going on because they believe in the vision. I'm one of those managers who I'm very selective on who I work with. So I don't. The stage of where you are in your career doesn't really matter to me because I started my career off with building artists from the ground up, and so I'm fine with starting with somebody who doesn't really have traction. If I listen to your music, if I see the image, if I see the vision, and I believe in it, then I'll attach myself to it, and I'll work with you, and we can form a game plan and come up with budgets and all of that good stuff to start pushing your career forward. You know, I'm not one of the guys who will sit here and make false promises and say, "Oh, you come work with me, that I'll get you a record deal, or I can do this, or I can do that." I can do what I can do, you know, but you also have to be fully dedicated and really have that drive as an artist to really want it, because it's not overnight. Even if you see these guys who get 15 minutes of fame, or they became famous overnight, that's not really what the fuck happened, right? Everybody has to work to get this shit, and maybe they just got the attention before you. You know what I'm saying? And so, but for me, like I said, I'm willing to work with anybody from the ground up if I believe in what you got going on. Now, even if I don't believe in your situation, I might not manage you fully, but I'll help you with certain things, whether it be a rollout or a plan or trying to put something together. I do that for a lot of different artists, but in order for me to start working with you, the biggest thing is I have to believe in it. Like if I don't bump your music in my car, you know what I'm saying, I'm probably not gonna work with you, because as your manager, and this is a gem for all you people watching, all you artists watching. If you're looking for a manager, that manager has to believe in you more than you believe in yourself. Because if they don't, then how are they gonna pitch you to these other people? They're not passionate about it. They're not passionate about making you famous. It's only about a dollar sign. If they can't spit you, you know, bars from your latest songs and stuff like that, and they really don't care too much about what's going on. You want a manager who will go in a room and be able to speak on your behalf just like you were in that room. That manager should be able to tell these people everything about you whenever they're pitching you, because they believe in you and they know you like the back of their hand. They know your mama, your daddy, your kids. They invited to the family picnics and barbecues, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And so if you don't have a manager that's like that, then you probably need to reevaluate the situation.
For sure, man. So, man, and okay, so you mentioned Dave Ward Dogs, right? And that's the street y'all grew up on. Like, so what made y'all want to like get together and like really push that forward?
So when we first started, shoot, me and Rampage, we known each other since middle school. Since I was he was in the 6th grade, I was in the 7th, and so we kind of always knew each other through sports, you know what I'm saying, and things like that. I've always been doing music. He really wasn't doing music at the time. And so when he became an artist, it was like around maybe his senior year of high school, freshman year in college, something like that. We started really just trying to figure out what we would call our collective, our label, or whatever you want to call it, you know what I'm saying, what we would call it. And so we ended up living in Fayetteville, Arkansas for a little bit for college, and we came up with some names, and we kind of used one of the names of the street we was living on up there in Fayetteville, which was called Peachtree. And so at first we was rolling with Peachtree, but it just really didn't stick, you know what I'm saying? And Rampage at the time was going by a different rap name. He was going by Hollywood. And so when he switched his name he was going by Hollywood Jr.
Oh, okay, that makes a lot of stuff make sense now.
And so he started, he switched his name to Rampage Wood officially when I stopped rapping and he went on to be a solo artist. And so whenever he became Rampage Wood, he started hollering this whole Dave Ward Dawgs thing. And it was like, it wasn't a thing then. It was just like, yo, that shit is hard. Like, you know what I'm saying? But we were just kind of saying it here and there. He said it in plenty of songs, but it wasn't the name of the clique at that time.
Yeah.
And so what kind of pushed it forward was we're big fans of Griselda. I don't know if you're familiar with them, like Benny the Butcher and all of them guys.
Yeah.
And so, you know, that's kind of like their hood and shit. We was like, oh, them niggas think they shit Griselda. Like, fuck it, we Dave Ward Dogs, bro. Because in Arkansas, if I'm gonna be 100, like, you hear about Little Rock all the time. You hear about Northeast Arkansas, Jonesboro, West Memphis, Marion, Blythe, all that stuff down there. But when you think of Central Arkansas, and you hear about Northwest Arkansas, Fayetteville, and all of that, when you think of Central Arkansas, everybody says Little Rock. Nobody talks about Conway. You know what I'm saying? And so one thing I kind of pride myself on is repping Conway, Arkansas to the fullest. And so what better way to do it than sit here and, shout out the street that we was raised off of, which was Dave Ward. Yeah. And shit, we just push that shit. So
yeah, that's hard. That's hard, man.
For sure.
So going forward, like what's something that you would because obviously like in being a manager of different people of some of like caliber or whatever, what was something that you would give as like advice to like regular artists, you know what I'm saying, as far as like trying to like build themselves up?
Some of the best advice I can give you is it doesn't take a lot of money. A lot of people think you got to have the biggest budget.
Right.
It doesn't take a lot of money to make shit look good in this day and age. It's not like it was back in the early 2000s or the 90s. You have access to a lot of things to where you can make your shit look just as good or even better than some of the famous celebrities that you might look up to or idolize. So what I encourage a lot of artists to do is take your favorite artist, look at what they're doing, their content on social media, listen to their records sonically to see what the mixes and masters sound like. Obviously, fashion and all of the stuff that entails you to be an artist. And don't be them, but compare yourself to them. And what I mean by that is, okay, take their latest music video and the quality of it and compare it to the quality of your latest music video.
Yeah.
People shoot music videos off iPhones now, and they look just as good, if not better, than a video that was shot on a Red camera and the budget for the video was $50,000. You know what I'm saying? We shot a video with Rampage Wood, a full production video on an iPhone.
That's crazy.
You know what I'm saying? And it looks great, and it has thousands of views on YouTube, and nobody would know it was on the iPhone if we literally didn't put it in the caption that we shot this with an iPhone. And so stuff like that, your graphics, if you're putting out flyers for your shows or whatever you're doing, look at your flyer and look at the flyers that these other people are putting out. These flyers that these big name artists are, posting on their page when they have shows and stuff. Does your flyer look like ass? Like you made that motherfucker on Canva and, like my 10-year-old daughter made it, you know what I'm saying? And she probably could do a better job than that, you know what I'm saying? Or does it look high quality, And a lot of that has to do with a lot of people want to take pictures on these iPhones and things like that when book you a photo shoot, $100 photo shoot, $150, $200. Get some professional photos done in the studio. So you could use on a flyer so it could be a high resolution. You know what I'm saying? Stop trying to cut the corners. Right. You got CapCut, you got Splice, you got all these different type of editing apps to where you can edit your content for social media and it can look just as good as the pros. Right. You have a lot of things to do. And so what I'm saying is take those resources, compare it to these guys who are doing it on a major level, and make it look like something. Because if somebody like me or A&R or somebody from a label comes across your shit, it looks like, damn, they already there. You know how many people come and ask me or think that Rampage Wood is already signed to a major multi-million-dollar contract? Right. Because he has his branding, because his shit looks good. They see a flyer, it looks crazy. You know what I'm saying? Music videos look good. And they think that we working with this multi-million-dollar budget and not knowing that we working with 9 to 5 budgets with him. He's still an independent artist 100% fully. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. But he's getting booked for show, paid bookings for shows in the state and out of state. And so it's a way to go about it. It's what you put out and what the people perceive. If I see a bullshit flyer or a bullshit video of yours, I'm probably not going to watch it. I'm probably not going to take you serious. If I listen to your song and it sound like you recorded it on some bullshit and you didn't get it properly mixed and mastered, I might not give it the best listen because honestly, I might not can really even hear what you're saying because it's not recorded properly. But they even have apps now that you can put on your phone and record a song and it
Yeah.
sounds good. I would think one of them was called like Band Lab or something, some
Yeah.
shit like that.
Band camp. That's
Band
what she
camp,
said
yeah, they got
earlier,
shit like that. Like you can record it and you can kind of mix your vocals a little bit to make it sound decent. Like it's ways to go about it. And the problem with a lot of artists now or up and coming artists is they want shit handed to them. You know, we in that type of society that shit got to be now. Nobody gonna hand you shit. You know what I'm saying?
Facts.
And this shit oversaturated. So if you're gonna stand out, you need to look the part.
Facts. People don't understand that grind, because even with doing these in-person interviews, like it's a certain level, like, you know what I'm saying? Like virtual is cool,
Right.
but like that next level is doing in-person interviews.
Right.
And that's what people are doing. I'm like, so hey, I got to do them
gotta
in
be
person.
there.
I got to do them in person unless I have to do it virtually.
Yep.
Like
that's
it's a last resort. Virtual is a last resort.
And that's a grind. I mean, that's what goes into any craft though. Like putting in that grind. Like, how bad do you really want it?
Facts.
You just doing this shit for play, cool.
Mm-hmm.
If you really want to be somebody in that industry or in that niche, you got to take those sacrifices. You got to put the time in. You're gonna have to miss some birthdays and some parties and shit.
Yeah.
But it'll all pay off in the end. So. For sure.
Yeah, for sure, man. So with you, what would you say, like, you know what I'm saying, like as far as management is concerned, what's something that you've learned, you know what I'm saying, and you'd give to like another manager, like as a, you know what I'm saying, as like a gym.
Be very flexible, and be able to make critical decisions at the drop of a dime. It's like it's like you're a quarterback almost. And you're reading the defense, and you got to be able to call the right audible at the right time or know the playbook and know what to do when certain shit happens. And it's not even maybe it's not even knowing what to do, but having the instinct to react and make some shit happen.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? If the play breaks down, you like a Patrick Mahomes, you're going to break the pocket, and you still going to make the shit look crazy. You know what I'm saying? And so that's something that I definitely learned to the fullest when I first got on Duece's team. My first month, might have been 2-3 weeks on his team. My first big show with him was fucking Rolling Loud.
Oh, God.
This was my first time ever doing a festival or anything. And so I didn't know what that would be like. And almost everything that could have went wrong. But me having the mentality and the instinct that I had, I got the shit done, and my artist never knew shit was fumbled until afterwards.
That's how it's supposed to be.
Because it got fumbled, but it got recovered. You get what I'm saying? And he never knew that it was any type of hiccups or whatnot. And so that's a gem that I can definitely get to any manager on the come up is be flexible, be able to think at the drop of a dime, and just know your shit the best you can as far as management goes and the business side of music. It's ever changing, and you can always learn something. You'll never know everything, and so always just be a student and be a sponge.
Okay, like so are you looking to, like, as far as you as a manager, like what are you looking to like grow into, like as far as like as management?
As management, I'm not gonna lie. I always say in this management game when I became a manager back in 2017, I wanted to be like a Scooter Braun. I feel like he's the GOAT of this management shit.
Yeah. He got some.
He's somebody that I definitely study a lot, and I look into his moves and the artists that he deals with. I know he's very selective, but also to the point where I know, he has other managers that work under him, and they manage other acts, and he only kind of deals with the big ones that he has to touch. And so I would like to kind of grow to that level, you know what I'm saying, to where I have a couple other managers under me, and they're handling different acts, and I'm still handling the acts that I already been kind of cradling as my babies or whatnot, and just building this thing up, bro. So that's kind of where management side of things I would like to go. I feel like my career is kind of taking a turn more so into also music executive kind of as well.
Okay.
With this Dawgs stuff, and that's something that I want to branch out to as well because I came from being an artist, so I love being in the studio with my artists while they making music and putting my 2 cents in and hey, let's do this ad lib like this, or maybe you should say this like this, or you need to put more emotion in on this bar, or you need to, you know what I'm saying, or we working on the beat, hey, you need to bring the highs up, do this or do that, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And so I'm very hands on with my artists. So on the music executive side, I like nurturing and building that artist up and developing them all the way and seeing that go the way that it needs to go. So with Dawgs, the artists that we've been bringing in, I've been on that, and it's kind of turning me into like the Diddy's and the Khaled's and the, you know what I'm saying? And I kind of enjoy that side of it as well. So I don't know if I'll forever be on the management wave. You know, I mean, it might change at some point, but right now the management thing is what I enjoy for sure.
Oh yeah, that's what's up, man. That's what's up. That's what's up, man. So I see with so being a music exec, right? I'm trying to think about how to ask this because it's like so it's one part like it's low key like even being a music exec, it's low key management in a way. It's low key management in a way, so it's not like too far removed from what you're already doing. But as far as like I guess even in that way, in that regard, like being exec, like how do you know what artists you're gonna have, or are you already have somebody like that does that? You know what I'm saying? Or you're out looking for talent and y'all like, okay, we're gonna pull this person in, we're gonna pull that person in.
So every label structure is a little different. You know, most labels have A&Rs that go scout talent. It's their main job. It's to scout the talent. When they find the talent, they develop the talent. They help them come up with their first hits, things like that, to bring back to the label. But then you have some of those music executives and CEOs and whatnot who are hands-on with their artists. Like I talk about QCP from the label QC. He's very hands-on with most of the artists that come through the label to the point where last year at South by Southwest, he was walking around downtown Austin with Gloss and Ed Dolo. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
He's talking about the CEO of the fucking company here. You know what I mean?
Yeah, that's
the biggest rap label in the game right now. You know what I'm saying? Like walking around fucking Austin, Texas with just like a normal person with everybody else, but he's out there with his artists. You get what I'm saying? So you do have some of those executives who are hands-on. And like you said, it isn't too far-fetched from management. It's just a lot more technical. It's a lot more that goes into it. And so as far as picking artists, I feel like everybody's process is different. Some people jump on the bandwagon of, oh, this person went viral, I'm finna go get them. You know what I'm saying? It's a gimmick thing. It's a money thing. Some people go off of passion and the love of music. And so they might find somebody on YouTube like a Justin Bieber who posted a video and it's just, oh, I just found it, but this kid can sing or this kid can rap and it sounds good, I believe in him. I'm finna go get him. You know what I mean? And so every label structure is a little different, you know what I mean? So it just kind of depends on who's at the helm of it and obviously what the budget look like, what they can do and things like that. So
Facts, bro. So when did you become a brand ambassador, man?
Man, that honestly.
Let me move my cup out the way. My fault.
That honestly kind of got sprung on me. I never really looked into being an ambassador of any brand, honestly.
Yeah.
And I was honestly we were at Row Week in Fayetteville. Rampage was performing, Duece performed, Juicy J, who else was on that show? Yellow Beezy. It was a packed out event, and behind the stage in the hospitality area for the artists, it was a setup from Sovereign Brands, which is the people who make Bel Air and Vion and all these other great great spirits. Shout out to Brett Barish and Rick Ross. And so they had a setup, and they had a rep there. His name is Tim. Shout out to my boy Tim. And we just get to talking, and we taking shots. Me, him, and Duke and Rampage, and we taking shots of the different liquors or whatnot. Just having a good time, and me and Tim ended up exchanging numbers because I was going to work on getting Duke an ambassadorship. You know? And so me and Tim talked, about a week after the show, and I'm telling them what all the artists we work with. I was with CTG at the time, so I'm naming off the list of celebrities that I can get to rep the brand and all of that stuff. And, he hit me back, and he was like, man, I'm not going to lie. He said, we're definitely interested in Duke being a part of the Vion program, which is called a Villionaire program. So Vion is this French spice cognac that they have. It's very delicious.
That mug is good, bro.
Yeah, it's fire.
I've been sipping that this whole time.
Yeah, shout out to the Billionaires out there. So he said, man, we're interested in Duke being a part of the Villionaire program. He said, but we also want to talk to you about being a brand ambassador for Vion. I said, me? And he was like, yeah. He said, we never really had, somebody like you, like a manager or somebody that's not a celebrity, rep any of the brands, but you're connected with a lot of people. He also knew that I did events, like I host events and put on different parties and things like that to where the liquor could be showed here in the South for sure, you know what I'm saying? And so he set up an interview with me and the lead girl who is over, woman who was over the Billionaire program. And we had a Zoom call, and we was on the phone about 30, 40 minutes on Zoom. And after that, she was like, we're gonna test you out. And they sent me my first 2 cases, and I went off with them and got them in different clubs and stuff here in the state. And been rocking with me ever since, so that's kind of how that happened. Yeah, that's kind of how that happened.
That's fine.
Yeah, and then I got my next brand ambassadorship was with Culture Clothing here in Little Rock. Shout out to Cade and Culture Clothing. I got this drip from them. You know what I'm saying? The Stack Pants, and so it's just kind of been a good year, man.
Yeah, that's fire.
Been a good year.
That's fire. I'm gonna have to pick your brain on that stuff later.
For sure.
Yeah, for sure later, man. But what's going forward? Like what can we look forward to see out of Skywalker though?
Out of Skywalker, man, definitely 2024. You're gonna see a lot of Dave Ward Dawg shit everywhere. A lot of pushing. I just signed 2 new acts to my roster. 2 female rappers. One of them named Jay Bizzle. She's very fresh in the game, but she's cold-blooded. Has a different style.
I like her.
Yeah, Bizzle's tough. And then I also signed K to K. And she is another female rapper in the state that is making a lot of noise. Like, a lot of noise. If you don't know who she is, go look her up. She cold, she can spit. Both of them attractive. So 2024, we definitely going to push them heavy as well. Of course, Rampage Wood is popping out with new music in 2024. New project going to drop in late 2024. Fat Boy Yo coming home in 2024. So be looking out for some new hits from him.
That first day out record.
Man, it's going to be crazy. Obviously, DJ P Smooth, we getting him in different arenas. This year, we were able to book him for his first 2 overseas bookings as a DJ.
That's crazy.
Yeah, that was crazy. And so 2024, we'll definitely be looking to doing a lot more with him. And then also CTC, he's untouchable when it comes to hosting events on that microphone. I haven't seen too many people who could turn up an event or a party like him. But in 2024, we're going to also look into getting him into the speaking realm, doing public speaking and motivational speaking and stuff like that. And so that's where we at right now with that, bro. And That's what Skywalker got going on, man.
Hey, that's fire, bro.
And also, I kind of got back. You know, a lot of people don't know this, but I cut hair as well, and so I kind of I got back in my barbering bag. So I've been tapping in with a couple of celebrity clients that I'm gonna be cutting their shit and whatnot. And so hey, if you trying to get tuned up, holla at me. You know what I'm saying?
Hey, that's crazy.
So definitely gonna kind of hop in my celebrity barber bag. I feel like I could have did it last year and the year before last, but I just wanted to kind of focus on the management side and kind of learn what I could learn before I'm just like, hey man, let me cut your hair, bro. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
But I know for a fact, like now, it's like shit. I'm on the road with these guys. Might as well go and get them right. You know what I'm saying? So I'm gonna kind of hop back in that bag as well too.
Hey, yeah, that's what's up, man. That's what's up, man. So, is there any lasting like messages you want to leave like the people with? You know what I'm saying, to encourage like the city and you know what I'm saying, motivate people as far as like pushing forward.
For sure, man. My biggest thing, man, I just tell you, I keep doing your thing, keep pushing on this entrepreneur road. Whether it's music, whether it's photography, videography, podcasting. If you just starting even a regular business, food truck, whatever, you know what I mean. It's a lot of highs and a lot of lows, and in them low times, that's when you need to be learning. That's when you need to be refocusing, realigning yourself, and don't get discouraged. Don't sit in the lows too long. When you sit in those lows, that's when you become stagnant, and it makes it harder to get out of it. Don't be so down on yourself. As an entrepreneur, I know you probably your biggest critic. You know what I mean? And you probably look at your circumstances, whether it be financial or whatever, and you're looking at somebody else like, damn, why me? Don't ever do that. Everybody's process is different. Every man, every woman walks their own path. And so walk your path, you know what I'm saying? It's always going to be light at the end of the tunnel. You just got to keep going. Only time that light dim is when you start moving.
Hey, that's facts.
That's all I really got, man.
That's facts. That's facts, man. Hey, y'all, so listen, man. Y'all make sure y'all go tap in with Skywalker.
Yes, sir.
You know what I'm saying? Man, where can they find you at?
Man, y'all can find me on IG at Skywalker, the MGR. MGR is short for manager. I'm on IG. I'm on Facebook, Skywalker. I got a TikTok. I really ain't on there too much. I said I'm going to turn it up in 2024, though. But, yeah, sure. Definitely Instagram is probably the best place to find me, though.
All right, y'all. Well, listen, this is another episode of the Homeroom with Smooth podcast. Thank y'all so much for watching. We up out of here.